Come with me to meet the King and Queen of England. Good morning and welcome to another day in the life of a corporate New Yorker. It is Wednesday today, which means it is one of my go into the office days. I go into the office on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, and I work in a financial services firm within their kind of customer strategy division. Before this, I was at one of the big 4 consulting firms, and I did that for 8 years before moving here, and now I've done this for nearly 2 years, which is absolutely wild. I cannot believe I have been working for 10 years. Do you ever just think to yourself, how am I an adult? Anyway, that's a whole other detour. Maybe I'll film like a sit down video on that. But the moral of this video is actually about getting me into work and showing you what a day in the life looks like. So come with me as I experience my working day. As I said, today is a Wednesday, which means that it is my rest day from the gym, which is delightful because I have got the worst pain since doing leg day 2 days ago. And it's still so painful. And yesterday I went into work and I ended up having to do like a few things after work as well. And I have never had to walk up so many stairs. And of course I had to walk up that many stairs after I had my leg day pain. So anyway, the leg day pain is continuing. If you hear me like, ooh, and that is what that is. Oh my goodness, I need to interrupt everything that I'm blabbing on about to tell you the most exciting news. Okay, in case you can't already hear it in my accent, I was actually born in England and lived there till I was 13. So I spent sort of 0 to 13 in England, then 13 to 28 in Australia, and then at 28 moved to New York City. So I've lived a little bit around a few different Western countries, but the main part of me telling you any of that is that the King and Queen of England, my birth country, are in New York City. Oh my goodness, guys. I cannot tell you the level of gasp I had when I found out. So my husband works in the financial district, and he got an email from his workplace being like, hey guys, by the way, there's gonna be a lot happening on Wednesday in the morning because the King and Queen of England are visiting. How flipping cool is that? And so, alongside my day of corporate, you're also gonna see me trying to see if I can spot the King and Queen. I don't even have, like, that sounds ridiculous, but I'm in New York City. You never know what could happen. And I think I'm gonna just gonna slip away from work at different times to try and see what happens. I obviously got AI to help me, and they told me that they are going to the World Trade Center and like the memorial site, and then going potentially to the library, the New York Library, which I work very close to. And so depending on what the news says at the time and how much information I can find out about where they've already been, at 12, so during lunch, I am going to head out and try and watch the King and Queen. I'm either gonna head straight to Fi-Di to see if I can see them, or I'm gonna head to the library. And that's where I'm at, guys. I wanna see the King and Queen of England. My dad has met the king. He was the prince at the time, but he's met the king 3 times. And I wanna also meet him because that would be so cool. And I actually wrote a letter to the Queen when I was, I don't know, like 6 years old. And I got a response from her ladies in waiting. So I have a letter from the palace, and that's a huge deal. And if you're English, you might understand this level of excitement. I will say I'm also Indian, and I definitely do not condone all of the more negative parts of the history. I'm not gonna get into that right now. Right now, I'm just very excited to hopefully see the King and Queen of England. I was actually walking with a friend yesterday, and I saw like this, is it called a motorcade? I don't know what it's called, but I saw a lot of like big black cars going by, and it was just like hectic. And I was like, is that the King and Queen of England? What is happening? Someone tell me, give me their itinerary. My big master plan, and I hope I have time for this, is to come and grab Benji. Can you see Benji? He's asleep over here, so you can't see him, but he's my little doggo. I wanna grab him because I will then get extra cuteness factor. Hopefully the King and Queen will see Benji and be like, oh, what a perfect puppy. I want to have a photo moment with the dog. And I'll be like, and I think that's the most perfect thing. So I don't know if I should actually have a whole different intro to this video, which is come with me to meet the King and Queen of England. Hopefully. Okay, let's get to the actual crux of the video now. Okay, I am running a little bit behind than where I wanted to because Mesh has gone to a conference, which means normally we like share Benji duties in the morning, and I haven't taken him out to go to the bathroom yet. So I need to factor in like a 10-minute taking Benji out like on a little walk. But also I ended up editing a video this morning, which I managed to edit, and I'm very proud of myself for that. So like that's one big thing that I did this morning. But now I need to quickly get ready and then take Benji out and then head to work. And I actually need to like get straight into work when I get there, because I have a 10 a.m. meeting that I'm not currently prepared for. But who cares, because I'm gonna see the King and Queen of England. That's what this video is really about. Anyway, I'm gonna start getting ready and I'll see you in a sec. Oh, my next problem. What does one wear to potentially meet the King and Queen of England? I don't know. I literally don't know. And I'm kind of frustrated because I wore this really nice cardigan that I have yesterday. Otherwise that would have been what I wear to meet the King and Queen of England. But now I've already worn it, so I can't wear it again. This is a whole work pressure that, to be honest, I don't normally face in my normal corporate New York life, but I'm facing it today. And you know what I will say? Living in New York, you got to be ready to meet celebrities. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This getting dressed up for the King and Queen is really throwing me. I have no idea what to wear. I think I'm just gonna go with white shirt, and I'm in this like skirt that looks like this. Sorry, that's not the best. Let me show you how I can show you what I'm wearing. Sorry, I'm getting like partially stressed because I'm like, what does one wear for the King and Queen? Okay, just white shirt and this skirt. I mean, I don't know, because it's also like 15, 16 degrees outside, so should I wear like a nice jacket on top? It's gonna be too hot. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Am I now running late because I've spent so long trying to figure out what I wear for the King and Queen? Absolutely yes. So I'm gonna run and take Benji out and then go to work. I changed my outfit, as you can probably tell, and now I'm just like in this nice little leather jacket that's brown, and then a top that's kind of, I don't know. It's too much stress. I can't even show you right now because I'm putting too much pressure on it. I just want to meet the King and Queen of England. So that's all I ask. It's all I ask. It's not a big deal. Anyway, I got to rush to take Benji out and then let's go to work. Okay guys, today has been crazy. I basically got in and then just had multiple meetings, and then obviously got my pizza, and I'm going to go and try and see the King and Queen. And I know that sounds insane, but it's what I'm going to try and do. So this is a very different corporate day to usual, but your girl's got to do what your girl's got to do. Okay fam, I have made it to Grand Central. I've literally got my pizza box with me, and Kelly, who is the best, who has friends who work in the World Trade Center, said that they think it's gonna be at 1 p.m. and so I basically sprinted with my pizza box trying to figure out how to get here, and Grand Central had like all these closed exits and entrances, and I was like, really? The one day I need to go and see the King and Queen is like, why is this happening? But anyway, that's not my train. Okay, so still waiting, but I think we're gonna get there, guys. And you will know that I did everything I could to see the King and Queen. This is by far one of the craziest things I have ever done in my life, let alone my New York life. And I've done some celebrity spotting, but I've never done celebrity chasing. But I'm not chasing a celebrity, I'm chasing the King and Queen. So I have made it to the memorial. And now I need to figure out what happens. I can see that there's a camera crew, so something's going right here. I just need to figure out where I go. I need to go where like there's lots of camera crew. I have no idea. I have literally no idea what I'm doing. Oh my. Oh my. Wait, what are they? Oh no. Okay, I was like, there's flags, but those are flags in protest. That's the little camera crew. There's lots of camera crew. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, guys. No, this is unhelpful. I don't know where I'm going. I'm getting stressed. Am I going the right direction? Okay, I need to stop and not film for a second. Okay, so it says no access, which is, I guess, a good sign. I think the actual memorial is down there. Oh, I had to quickly put this into the video. If you are not already subscribed, please do. It would just mean the absolute world to me. Anyway, back to the video. That's the World Trade Center. I think this might be as close as I get to the King and Queen. Okay, so I've had a conversation with a police officer. I was just like, hi, I'm just wondering where I can stand where I might see the King and Queen. And he told me one area, but I just looked across and that area is definitely like barricaded off. So, oh, more barricades. But there's also like more official looking army. I don't know what's happening. I then asked this other lady who I think probably works here-ish. Anyway, all I can say is my eyes have started watering uncontrollably. And I'm not crying. I promise I'm not crying because I'm about this, but when I get like heightened in any way, actually no, probably just anxiety. I think I smile a lot and my eyes water uncontrollably. And that's what's happening now. So I'm gonna maybe see the king and queen. And my eyes are gonna be watering, so that's gonna be super fun for me. Okay guys, apparently they're here. So this is me meeting the king and queen. It's actually crazy because Mesh literally works in this like downtown area, so he'd be able to access all these spots, like see all these worker bees just living their life, going to work and stuff. I'm not allowed to because I'm just a pleb, but Mesh would be allowed to. Apparently they're in there. So this is encounter number 1 team. No one can say I'm not a British royalist. I don't think anyone was saying that, but no one can say it anyway. There's a lot more people over here, but I reckon that's just because it's a busy spot. And I still can't see the king and queen. It's fine, I'm fine. Okay, I reckon I'm in a better spot now because there's lots of people here. And something is clearly happening somewhere over there. Stunning. Alright, that's them live apparently. Then I don't think they've made it yet. But here we go, I'm watching a live stream. There's one helicopter, which I can hear, and this is like the 2nd drone now. There was like 2 in the shot before. So, I mean, something's happening over there, guys. Something's happening. It's not visible to me, but it's happening. I also find it crazy that there will be like snipers absolutely everywhere right now. Like that's pretty insane, isn't it? They would just be in every single building, and honestly I feel much better for it. I don't know if this is just business people or anyone important, but here are some people walking in a group. Alright fam, I am officially giving up because it's a really long time to just stand around. Look how cute that dog is. Oh my goodness. A little working dog. Anyway, I'm giving up fam. I'm going home. Or potentially to the library to see if the queen goes there. But I will say I'm more of a king gal than a queen gal. Well, this queen. I loved the last queen. And I'm sorry that this is just my pizza box, but I can't be bothered extending my hand and having to turn the camera around. Anyway, so I'm trying to decide. I will either just go straight home. I mean, home is not too far from the public library, but if it's gonna be like this, I don't know if I can be bothered just like standing around with a pizza box. I just was really feeling for like photographers because they literally just stand there waiting for something to happen and nothing happens. Like that's pretty wild. Anyway, I'm gonna make my way uptown and you guys can see where we end up. As you can see, like everything is so blocked off, you can't actually get anywhere close, which obviously makes sense, but no bueno so far. Since I didn't actually get to see that, I AI'd an image instead. This is it. Where is it? How funny is that? And I'm gonna send it to my family and see what they say. Oh no, a classic Shubby gag. My sister said, what? And then sent me a voice note, which I can't listen to right now. I feel kind of bad, but this is quite funny. Just a moment for the Empire State Building. There she is. Okay, fam, I may not have been able to see Charlesy, but I did see one better. Benji. I saw my Benji. Hi, baby boy. Okay, guys. Look at that as well, by the way. That's where I was, all the way down there in the World Trade Center. Well, near the World Trade Center. Oh my, what a day. I love that I started this being like, hey guys, come to me, come with me to work. And what I did at work today was be in meetings that you obviously didn't get to see, and then leave work to go and see the king and queen, who I didn't even see. Yay! But anyway, I'm glad I went because I think if I didn't go, I would have just like regretted it. And I think it also gave me like a bit of a real life perspective of how hard it is to actually see some of these super high profile people. If you do want to know something crazy, in our first like 3 days of living in New York City, we went up to Central Park and we were walking back down. And as we were, we saw that there was like all these barricades and all these people. And we're like, oh, what's happening? Let's just like sit and have a look. Or stand and have a look. And Trump pulled up. Literally, he wasn't president at the time, but the current president, Trump, literally pulled up and then even came out and like waved and stuff. It was insane. I will actually link that video because it was just so bizarre. It'll be linked over here or over here, and I will put it in the description as well. But we have had some celebrity run-ins, and I think I'm now realizing that I take them for granted too much, because actually spotting like really high profile people is very difficult. Anyway, I'm back home now. I do need to hop back into work, obviously, because I haven't done very much work today. I did like my morning part, and then I haven't done anything in the afternoon. So I'm gonna hop back in and get my work done. I did let my workplace know that I'm gonna go and see the king and queen, and I need to always work in a place that is accepting of the fact that life happens, and to me, life is more important than work. Like, nothing that I had on this afternoon. I literally had nothing on this afternoon, to be fair. So it's not like I was even missing a meeting or anything. I just was using my time to go and see the king and queen, and I highly, highly, highly believe in the fact that happy people produce better outcomes. And so the fact that I can be flexible and kind of shift my hours depending on what work I need to get done and what is important to me in my life outside of work is super important to me. And I will say it's not always felt like I can do that at my current workplace, and I'll have a whole separate video on what initially starting work here was like. And a bit of a spoiler, was not easy, and I met some very challenging people. One very challenging person, but we'll get into all of those details later. I'll save that for a juicy sit-down video. Anyway, I'm going to open up my laptop, start working again, and also heat up some of my food, because I literally got to have one slice of pizza before I bolted to go and see, not Prince Charles, King Charles. Oh, actually, let's see what my friends and family have said. You know, the issue with being such a prankster is that they are going to never believe me again in the future. So, Rosh, I sent her it. Sorry, how funny is the photo as well? It's so, so funny. I kind of want this exact England jersey though, so I need to get my hands on one of those. But she went, oh my gosh, what? Crazy. If this is AI, I hate you. Sorry, Rosh. If not, you look stunning. I hope they adopt you and move you to London. Lol. Come on, England. And then I don't know when to tell her it's AI because she's gonna hate me. So just pause on that front, and then let's see what my family said. Okay, no. I just got some juicy work news. Sorry. My friend from work is like texting me at the same time. And I've got some big stuff happening on a work front, which you will hear more about in a month. Like in about 4 to 5 videos from now, you're gonna hear something big. And when you do, look back at this moment and be like, oh, the thing that you just told us is what someone just told me right now. So that's really interesting. Anyway, this is what my sister said. My dad hasn't responded, so he might be busy / know that this looks super sus, but my sister said, what, and then...
Okay, just want to think that's clearly AI, is it? It's really good. Oh my gosh, Shubs!
Damn it, she knew it was AI! Okay, that was a fail. It semi-worked on Rosh. Let's see. I mean, it's so clearly AI though, isn't it? So funny. Anyway, I need to get back to work. Can I just say, I realized in my last video, I barely had any super important content. And when I say super important content, I mean this perfect baby. Benji was only in like the last 3 seconds, and that's very unlike my usual videos, because normally he's the star of them. He's the star. You know, if you had come with me, they would have been like, quickly, get this handsome fella straight up to King Charlesy. Okay, anyway, I need to start working. Hey fam, I have wrapped up working for the day, clearly straight into home life. Like literally, I will say, when I work from home, this is the vibe. It's like smothering my face in face cream, if not having like a face mask or eye masks on. Hair is like tucked away and up, and in my Qantas pajamas, which if you've seen my channel for a little while, you will be like, wow, has she just worn the same Qantas pajamas for the last 5 years? Last 2 years. And I will say no, actually my cousin is a pilot and manages to get me new Qantas pajamas. And obviously you don't need to change your pajamas like every 6 months or anything. The thing is, I probably wear these 80% of the time. If I'm at home, you could probably place money on the fact that I'm just wearing these. They are so great. They're the Qantas business class pajamas, and I think like they're cotton and the yada yada, like they're just, oh, like when it's hot, you can wear them because they're cool enough. When it's cold, like they're excellent to put on. You can also like layer, I don't know, they're just excellent. They're like slouchy. Even when I got my surgery, they were the best because the drawstring is like really loose and it doesn't like tuck in at your tummy. Anyway, Mesh had a big conference today. Poor thing has been on his feet for the entire day. And it's crazy because that is actually some people's actual jobs, and I'm in awe of people that are able to like be on the entire time when they're at work. You know, like in a corporate job, you will go and have a coffee with a friend, you will go and have lunch. Whereas, you know, people that work in healthcare, for example, like Abby, when she's on, and it's just incredible and it's so impressive. Anyway, that's a bit of a tangent, but basically Mesh had a big conference at the Jarvis Center? I don't know, he goes there a lot because he has lots of conferences there all the time. Came back completely wiped and ended up getting himself some Lost Tacos, and he did get me a Lost Taco as well, and it was my very first time trying it, and I will say, actually pretty good. I don't know why I didn't think I liked it. Actually, sorry, I think I have had it once before and I didn't think it was that good. So I don't know why this time I thought it was so much better, but I did think it was a lot better. So Lost Tacos has a tick from me, and I ended up finishing the pizza that I had bought for lunch. And now I'm just winding down. There were so many errands that I was meant to do today, and I'm just feeling like this adult overwhelm of admin. Oh, I don't know. There's just like so much you have to do as an adult in terms of admin, right? Like there's stuff that we need to do in terms of our admin for Australia, and then there's admin I need to do here. And sorry, my memory card ran out of storage. But yeah, I feel like the hardest thing about being an adult is the fact that you like have to do all of the admin all the time. And I was literally thinking, like, how in the world do people have children? How do they do their own life admin and also like a kid's life admin? I think about the amount of stuff that like my mum would do in terms of, like, I was literally thinking about how we used to go to these school fairs back in England, and we'd have this parade down Hallamshire Road, and we'd all dress up, and my mum would make my costume or like help me get my costume together. And I'm like, imagine that's a whole other piece of admin that she had to do. And you know, she would make all my school lunches, and there's just like, you know, all of those things. There's just so much admin. Anyway, that's literally a whole other video. I do have a whole video about like children and that whole mind boggle. At the moment, the only child that we have, and for now that we want, is our little dog Benji, and he has minimal admin. But even that, I was like, oh my god, his insurance, have I done everything? Actually, just remembered, I need to do something. I need to like file a claim for his insurance. There's just so much admin. Being an adult is just like endless admin. Anyway, this is like such a happy story for you guys. I hope this is so inspiring. Anyway, what I was gonna say is I've been feeling so overwhelmed with admin that instead I have just like sat on my phone playing basically this Tetris game for hours, and it's not good. I need to like get my books out and start reading or something, or start coloring it. I actually bought a Sudoku book to start doing that. I realized I don't have a pencil, and I don't want to do it in pen because like what if you need to change things? So I need to more admin. I need to order a pencil. Oh my god, there's just so much to do all the time. Anyway, oh, I never finished that school of thought, sorry. So yeah, like Mesh has been on his feet the whole day, which is a lot. But also the thing is that as of like 3 days ago, we started a very intense fitness routine where we are waking up at like 5:30, going to the gym at 5:45, getting like all of our steps in, which actually reminds me that I need to get more steps in right now. And he has also been playing basketball in the evenings, which I don't do. And so he is absolutely shattered. So he was like falling asleep at 6 p.m. and just like watching the clock go down so he could go into bed, and he lasted till 6:50 p.m. and he has gone to bed. So that is his bedtime, and I am having a lovely evening with my girl Saffron. Saffron Barker, you're great. I would love if you watch this one day. That would make me really happy. But yeah, I'm just watching a nice little vlog. I need to get 1,000 more steps in because I didn't get all my steps, even though I went all the way to go and try and see the King and Queen. I'm like looking at the view because literally I went all the way down there to go and see the King and Queen. I did see that they posted on their Instagram and they were at the memorial, and then the Queen did go to the library, but I reckon she probably didn't do anything outdoorsy. And you know, if anything, this excursion taught me that I am not the biggest go and queue to see someone kind of gal. Like, I'm happy to come about it, but I queued for, like, I was standing there for an hour and I was like, ooh, I'm gonna call it quits here. Anyway, that's a lot of blab from me. I'm having a little herbal tea right now, a mint tea, and watching Saffron. I'm gonna get my steps in. I think I should do just like a little cleanup of the house, but yeah, I'm just having one of those days that I just don't want to do anything. I just want to do absolutely nothing. So I know if I should lean into that or if I should be a productive member of our household. I don't know. I might actually just wrap the vlog up here, but thank you so much for watching. I know that you were promised a corporate day in the life, and I guess this was my corporate day in the life because I'm a corporate girl, and I did spend lunchtime onwards trying to find the King and Queen of England, and then I just came and worked from home. But I guess this is the reality. I will say as well, this is the reality that I create with my job, and one of my biggest pieces of advice is that you have to put yourself first in any job, because, you know, if anything happened to you, like if you got another job, if you had to move countries, if something happened to you, they would replace you in a week. Like, they'd be like, oh, so sad, and then they'd replace you. And so you just can't spend your whole life like hanging on to this like ego about your job. And so that thinking I'm actually very lucky to have got through my Big Four consulting job, where I worked with so many great people, and at the time the ethos that was like really instilled in us was that it's about the value and the outcomes that you produce rather than like where you're sitting, like are you at your desk, what timing are you working, like what are you wearing when you're doing, like none of that stuff matters. The stuff that matters is the value that you're providing. And so I've always just been I've always felt very lucky to have like that value focus, and I've had that since the start of my career, which means that in circumstances like this, where I'm like, okay, well, I'm delivering the same output, but if I'm just out from 12 till 2 p.m. because I want to go and see the King and Queen, I'm gonna do that. And yeah, that's probably been like my biggest thing that has stuck with me since starting work, which is that it's about the value produced, not like, I guess, the way that it's produced, if that makes sense. Anyway, I'm gonna stop blabbing now because I want to watch Saffron, I want to drink my tea, and I need to get my steppies. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week for the next vlog. Bye. Oh wait, make sure to subscribe please.